This week, we made a tire swing.
So put down your tools, guys. It's time for a make or break.
Hey guys, welcome back to Make or Break. I'm Ram.
And I'm Sarah, and this week we built one of the funnest projects that we've built so far.
It is. I can't even remember how we kind of got onto this idea, but I happen to live out here on 5 acres with like a ton of 90-foot trees everywhere, and we don't have a swing. So this week, we decided to fix that, and here's how it went. As I just said, I can't remember what got me on the swing kick, but once I thought of it, it was gonna happen. I immediately took my daughter out back, we found the perfect tree, and after that, it was time to build a swing. The first challenge was getting the rope into the tree. We closely followed the instructional video from a guy named Chris Notab. We'll link to his video in the description. He suggested a 5/8" rope, so that's what we went with. We found this black polypropylene rope at Home Depot that almost doesn't stretch at all, which is what you want. Per Chris's suggestion, we also grabbed a bicycle inner tube, a 27" one, and slid the rope inside. This will help protect the tree a little. After we had that on, I had to tie it into a large loop. This is where I learned about knots. Specifically, I used a bowline knot, which is easy to do, but super strong. I'm gonna link to a video as well that teaches you how to make one. But essentially, you make a tree next to a hole, then a rabbit comes out of the hole, goes around the tree, goes back in the hole, and your knot's done, right? Super easy. After that, I taped up the rest of the rope with some electrical tape. Next, I had to get the rope 24 feet into the tree. To do that, I took some lighter string, tied a 2-pound weight, which was way too heavy for this, but it's what I had, and I threw it like 20 times in the tree. Eventually, I got it through the branches that I wanted. I had to cut a few branches further down for this to work, and that was easy enough to do with our Hart pole saw and a huge ladder, but be careful on ladders, kids. Once I had it through, I tied the light rope to my heavy one. I slid the draw rope into the loop we made and pulled it up the tree. This made the loop go up to the branch, and as I pulled on it, it tightened into place. Super easy. Next, I made a simple loop in the rope about 6 feet off the ground, which is where the 3 ropes will come together. I grabbed a second piece of rope, pulled it through the loose loop, and then tied a figure 8 loop on the end of that. As I mentioned previously, this rope is pretty soft and slippery. This loose loop that I just put on the rope eventually slid down a bit when I got on the swing, which, yeah, this is not for adults, by the way, but I wanted to test the extreme. When I got on it, the knot slid down a little. So I plan to use some more secure knots to keep that knot up there permanently. I'll let you know how that process goes on our Instagram channel if you're interested. Then it was on to the tire. I found 3 equally spaced spots on the sidewall with a tape measure and used a spade bit to cut out 3 5/8" holes, which is the perfect size for the rope. This was actually really easy to do. Next, I pushed the rope into the holes, grabbed my hardware to lock it up, and we slid the first pair of oversized washers on and then used a rope lock to hold it in place. It has these little 5/8" nuts on it. After that, we just did the other 2 ropes, carefully adjusting them until the tire was level. And that was it. Then it was time to give it a test swing. It was obviously a little low once the rope settled, so later on I readjusted it to a more reasonable height. But as it turns out, having 24 feet of rope above your head makes for a much slower, smoother, and more relaxing swing, and the kids absolutely love it. I'm not gonna lie, my kids love the swing. They're on it
And mine too.
constantly. She does. Sarah's little girl absolutely loved it as well. I was worried it was gonna be too big for her, but she did
I was
great.
too. She was all for it.
Yeah.
She's very excited.
And the crazy thing is, when you've got 24 feet of rope hanging down, the swing turns into this really slow, really smooth thing.
My mama
I think that's
heart
why I
was
like it.
pumping a little
Were you
hard.
nervous?
She was like, wee! So it works.
Yeah, so if you have the space in your property, you have the tree, we suggest you go and do that. Oh, one more thing. I want to talk about the tire.
Oh, yeah.
So in the video that we referenced, they suggested that you go to a used car place and they may be able to give you a tire. That turns out nobody wants to sell you or give you a used tire because you might put it on a car and it's dangerous. So we happened to be at Walmart asking them about it, and I kind of just said, what's the cheapest tire you could sell me? And the dude got excited. He got
his big book.
As it turns out, when you sell that many tires, over time you're going to have one that's left over. It doesn't have 3 friends. It's back in the warehouse by itself. No one's going to buy it. So he ran in the back, came out with that tire, which was absolutely perfect. It was $25.
Yeah.
So I asked him if that was just him being nice or if Walmart could do that anywhere. He said anywhere. So wherever you are, if you can't find a free tire, swing over to Walmart, ask them for something that's on clearance. You can probably get it for about $25. We want to thank Hart for sponsoring this episode and reminding us that once again, we can build anything we can imagine if we do it with Hart.
If you like this video, hit that like button. And if you loved it, we hope that you subscribe.
All right, break's over.
Let's make something.